If you ever wondered who is the best and the worst characters in the Strongest Battlegrounds, will look no further because you clicked on the perfect video. Here I have a tier list with every character from the game right in front of me. And right here I have God tier all the way down to trash tier. We are going to be ranking them. But let's get one thing very clear. All the characters are pretty balanced, I would say. So this is going to be based off my opinion and experiences from playing this game. And of course, the first character we're going to be talking about is the Brutal Demon. Now, when this guy first came out, he was probably the strongest and the most scariest person to fight against. At the time, most of his abilities can't even be blocked, or even his M1s, I believe. Mainly because his fourth M1 was a straight up down slam like that. And since he was really strong, a little bit after he was released, he got hit with a bunch of nerfs. His damage ratios went down the drain. But don't get me wrong, there is still a very big fan base for this character. I see people play him, and when they play him, they are sweaty. They are ridiculously good with him, and I don't know why. I've tried to use the Brutal Demon, and I honestly suck with him. I can't get the hang of him. When I see a Brutal Demon in my game, this is what I instantly think of. Guilty of sweating, because you guys are gonna be ridiculous to fight against. But there is one thing this character deserves for the biggest respect, and that is his ultimate. In my opinion, he probably has the coolest animation for his ultimate, the Death Blow. So let me go ahead and show you which one I'm talking about. This right here. This has to be the coolest looking one. Look at that. I just hit him in the stomach with the bat. Bro's like, where'd he go? He's looking over his shoulder. And I'm like, this dude's nightmare. I'm like his sleep paralysis demon. Look at those eyes glowing red. Oh my gosh. That thing looks so mean, bro. Not to mention, you get a second little animation with this one right here. You just go ahead and go like that. And then they go flying. That's pretty cool, too, that you get two animations. So, let's go ahead and throw him on the chart. Brutal Demon, in my opinion, after showing everything, I believe he is in between meh and great. So, for now, I'm just going to put him at meh tier because he got nerfed quite a bit. And like I said, the only people that really know how to play Brutal Demon are those that never stopped playing him when he was first released. His moveset is nice, but it does take quite a bit of skill and memorization to know where you're going to land. Sonic, known as Deadly Ninja. This character right here gives me nightmares. It's not because a little group of people are sweaty with him. It's basically anybody that plays Deadly Ninja is good with him. You can't really be bad with this character. It is just way too good to be bad. It is almost impossible to miss his abilities. First, you have a Flash Strike, which is just a giant dash that hits everybody in a certain area. Then you have his number 3. So if you miss, you could grab multiple people and just kind of dash around like that. Not to mention, you have range too with your shuriken. You have everything and all in one with this, and not to mention a little teleport too. It is just ridiculous, and the damage is really high. I have my cooldowns turned off, but normally his cooldowns would be going down super fast, so you can kind of spam with this as well. But there is a very big downside to this character. A lot of his stuff can be blocked or dodged fairly easily, and his ultimate is kind of alright. You don't get any cool like cutscenes, you only get animations. So let me show you what I mean by that. This is what happens when you ult. You just kind of do that. You dash a lot. I mean, his character is based off speed. I got it. But visually, they're not that pleasing. I mean, you got this one right here, which is like, yeah, it's cool and all, but it's not a cutscene like the Brutal Ninja. Then we got this one, which is straight on. And I missed it somehow. Let's pretend we didn't see that. But we got to go on to number 3, known as Carnage. And that just throws a bunch of explosive shurikens, which is all right. Then you got this one right here. Of course, it's cool, but there's no cutscene. It's just all average looking, if that makes sense. But then again, it goes back to saying it's really easy to use. You can't do anything wrong with this. So to be honest, I don't have any personal beef against you Deadly Ninja users. Have fun, spam, go crazy. I don't really care. Deadly Ninja, in my opinion, is like a well-thought character and just works for everybody. So it's definitely going to be a great character. I don't think it's God tier by any means, but it's definitely really good. Now let's talk about one of the characters I despise the most. It's not really because it's bad, it's because I hate the people that use this character. They're so good for no reason. Out of all the characters you could play, you decide to be Blade Master. Are you kidding me? I swear. Anybody that uses Blade Master has went to college like for 10 years and studied every single ability this guy has. The movement, the things that people do with this are so questionable. Anytime I try to fight a Blade Master user, they're always doing some weird things. They're doing this and then they go backwards like, oh, get dodged. And they do all that stupid stuff and I just don't know what goes on through their brains. I have PTSD from this character. The best thing about this character is if you're in somebody's face, they're pretty much guaranteed dead. If you really know how to use this, you just have to go ahead and just do things like that. You knock them up, you kind of get behind them, and you do all that fun stuff, whatnot. I do not know how to use this character for the life of me. If I sat here and messed with this character for like 5 years straight, I still would not know how to use him. But what's really nice about this character is he also got a counter though. So if somebody tries to punch... Okay. What's really nice about this character is that if somebody tries to punch you, you could go ahead and counter them, which is really nice. And the finisher looks really good for the counter. Not to mention his passive puts his blade on fire and stuff like that as well. I will admit he also has one of the coolest ultimate animations I've ever seen as well. Let's just go ahead and ult real quick. This part's all right. All he does is just slam the floor, then do a giant slash in a circle like this. But what I'm here for is the atomic slash. This thing right here. You go inside somebody's body, cut their cells, and explode them from the inside out. That is crazy looking. Whoever animated that, yo, huge W. That is beautiful. His other abilities are cool and whatnot. Yeah, whatever. But I mean, we all have to give it to the number 4 ability. The number 4 is the coolest looking one out of all. And then Solar Cleave, this is just a bunch of other flaming sword attacks. Nothing will ever beat that number 4 ability. This one's also really cool as well, but still, not that number 4. But let's get to the ranking board now. For me, Blade Master would have to be meh or trash. That's because I suck with it. But for you guys out there that are sweaty with it and only use it, it's great for you guys. I will have to admit that. I get nightmares because of you guys. Thanks. Hero Hunter is by far one of my personal favorites, and a lot of people love Hero Hunter as well. Not just because it looks really cool and because he has a counter built in, but because of how much combo potential you can do with this character. Now, I'm not a god tier player by any means, but people can do some combos that you will never see in your life in a public server. They're just people that sit here and study how to do combos with Hero Hunter, and it is disgusting. I'm sure you guys have heard of people doing Kyoto combos and stuff like that. That's really cool and all. I could do that as well. But I've seen people do combos with this character that don't even have a name yet. That's how much people freaking love this character. And if you fight a really good Hero Hunter player, it will make you rage. It will make you exit the game immediately because you can't fight back at all. And even if you do get that one punch in, they will just counter you like this. Come over here. Just go ahead and counter him and bam. That's really annoying because you think you have a chance against them, but you really don't. But of course, just like every character, there is some drawbacks to Hero Hunter. There isn't really anything ranged-wise. In order to use this character, you have to be up in their face. So if you're facing somebody like Cyborg or anything that has a lot of range, it's gonna be kind of tough for you. I'm not gonna lie. Not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Cyborg has the strongest M1s in the game. Like damage-wise, his deals the most. I could be wrong, but you can go ahead and check the wiki for that. But another thing that kind of sucks with this character is the ultimate. The ultimate is a little underwhelming. It looks really cool and all, but there is no cutscenes. It is only animations. His ultimate doesn't suck or anything, but like I said, it's only animations, no cutscene. We got this one as well. This one looks really cool. Then we got this one right here. Then we got this one right here, which I think kind of sucks the most. I'm not gonna lie. They kind of need to change that one. I do not like the number 1 part ultimate. Not that great. Not to mention, Tatsumaki's new passive, I believe, can block some of these ultimate moves, which is crazy. So back to the list. I believe it's between meh and great again. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the great tier just because there are people that can do crazy things with him. Now we get to talk about the shorty herself, Mami Gatsumaki. If you haven't been sleeping under a rock, then you would know she got some fat updates recently, and she is honestly probably one of the most broken characters in the game right now. With her new update giving her a brand new passive that is a shield that can block punches or abilities and even some ultimates, that makes it game changing. This little update alone has changed the whole gameplay around her. You can just block punches normally, but as soon as you get double teamed and somebody smacks you from behind like that, they go flying and they take damage as well. That was enough damage to kill the dummy. Not to mention, Gatsumaki has one of the strongest movesets for combo potential. You can easily do the basic combo, which you just kind of do that 1 2 3, then start punching whatever, and then you can throw in the rock in there if you would like. There's a lot of ways you can mess with her moveset and have her combos play out. And we haven't even talked about her ultimate yet that got added, which makes her even more stronger because it's not a normal ultimate where you're stuck in animation or a cutscene. You can ult somebody while moving around for 2 of her abilities. Let me show you what I mean. So we're gonna go ahead and ult real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and do her number 2 ability, which is the brand new ultimate that got added for her. After you cast a certain part of the animation, you could just run around like this, and then you could do other things. You could go ahead and cast the second part of your ultimate, the third, first part, it doesn't matter. You could do so many things. So let me just show you. I could delete this whole group right here in a matter of just ultimate abilities. Not just one person, but like 3 people can all get melted here. They got hit by a fist, and now there's an orb coming right at them from the sky. And I killed 2 people with my ultimate, or they're at least 1 HP. But you guys get the idea. This ultimate can hit multiple people at once, which makes it amazing for teamers. It is just crazy. So, of course, Gatsumaki's going in God tier after this update. Maybe before the update, she would have been great, but she is absolutely God tier right now. Not to mention, they are still working on her. She's gonna get more and more stronger as these updates come, unless they tone down her damage, which I don't think they're gonna do. Another one of my personal favorites, Cyborg. There is nothing more toxic than a Cyborg spammer. I'm gonna say it. His moveset is very spammy. His M1s have the most damage in the game compared to everybody else. Look at that. Just from M1s, I got him down to 86% from 100. Of course, we got other movesets to spam. That alone does a lot of damage, from 86 to 65% HP. Then you got this one right here that gives you mobility, and you could do stuff like that. It is ridiculous. Not to mention, you basically have a giant rocket launcher built in that you could aim anywhere you want to. And you, of course, you got gap closers like this. It is crazy how strong this moveset really is when it's together. I love playing as cyborgs, but as soon as a cyborg runs up to me, I get upset. The cooldowns are really fast. The damage is really high. It is just a really fun character overall, but it's really spammy. And the ultimate is honestly pretty good. You could hit multiple people all at once as well, just like Tatsumaki. The number 4 ability is my personal favorite. You can just go across the entire map and light the whole map on fire. Just like this. All you have to do is just kind of aim it in a direction. Be like, I don't like that guy over there. Okay, we're going to light up the whole map on fire. Everybody's going with him. That is just so overpowered in my opinion. Not to mention, if somebody's really annoying you, you could snipe them across the map. Look at that unsuspecting weakest dummy there. I'm just going to go ahead and, snipe him across the map real quick. That is so scary. Imagine doing a 1v1 and that thing just comes at you at Mach 10 speeds. What is you guys' opinion on Cyborg? I love him personally. It is just way too good. So with my opinion there, Cyborg is for sure God tier. The strongest hero. What do I have to say about this guy? This is the biggest troll character in the entire game. I mean, in the anime, he's literally just trolling people. He doesn't even know what's going on around him. He's just really strong for no reason. And the same applies here. His moveset is a little underwhelming, but altogether, it can deal a lot of damage. But let's both be honest to each other. The real star of the show is not his normal moveset. It's his ultimate. This is funny. All he does is just punch his hands together, and then you have the best ability in the game. You have death counter. Just go ahead and activate it, walk up to somebody, and oh, would you look at that? Bro didn't see it coming. This has to be the biggest troll in the entire game. There's nothing funnier than it. If you really don't like someone and they're trying to 1v1 other people, you could just activate that and run in the middle of their fighting. Not to mention, he also has one of the hardest ultimates in the game. The omnidirectional punch is so cool as well. This has to be the coolest thing ever. Look at this animation, boys. Look at this. And when people see this from down below, it looks amazing. Oh my gosh. That alone is just so beautiful. If everybody else in the server is annoying you and it's not just one guy, all you have to do is this. It's called table flip. You just sit here, then lift up the entire map over here and flip it. That is so crazy. Everybody in the area takes damage or instantly dies. Who are we lying to? We both know where this character belongs. That is clear. He belongs easily in the God tier spot. Now, do I really have to talk about Sorcerer? Let's be real, guys. Do I really have to talk about this? Bro can't even punch me. I think I broke him, actually. I don't know what they thought when they were cooking this guy, but he is way too overpowered. This dude just literally one-shots anything and everything. It's so broken. Go ahead and delete this guy next. An orb there, and then they're just gonna collide. That's so ridiculous, boys. Who thought this was a good idea? This is just way too overpowered, bro. I could just spin everything and erase them. You gotta be kidding me, bro. I can even spawn trap them if I want to. Look at this. This is toxic. So if you're wondering, he's obviously gonna go in trash tier. Come on, guys. Let's be for real now. But now let's talk about KJ. In order to get KJ, you either have to be an admin or good friends of the admins, or spend about 1.8 million Robux to use it. So to be honest, I can't really rank it. Sorry, KJ. You're staying down there for now. Anyways, that's the end of this tier list. Make sure to like and subscribe. Later.